Greetings, y'all. Welcome to Karen Hope's Solid Hour of Inspiration. And this here is the YouTube channel where you and I do an awesome exchange of energy. We grow inspiration. Y'all, thank you for being here. Looks kind of weird. I don't have earrings on. Y'all, you know what? I was in my bed. I took it. Oh my God, y'all. Oh, first and foremost, before I get to talking, y'all, thank you for being here on the channel. If this is the first time you've been on the channel, thank you for being here. Thank you for clicking and taking the time to watch. Hope you like this video, and if you do, hit the thumbs up and come back, okay? Keep coming back for this inspiration. Now, if you've been here before, you already know. You don't even know. You know that we don't even know. It's just gonna do. Let me get country right quick. I'm going with my Houston family, my Louisiana family. We're gonna make it do what it do. As we do it. I did that part. That was my own part that I added. Okay, so it's gonna be goofy either way, y'all. It's gonna just be goofy, but real though. But real. It's just real human stuff on this channel. It's not perfect. It's in its raw stages. Sometimes I jump on the channel at different hours, sometimes different lighting, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's different music going on. No, actually, usually it's this music, y'all. Check it out. I don't know if you can see some movement on my wall back there. Kinda. Like whenever I go to sleep, I put my projector on YouTube. They have meditation music and frequency music, and I listen to it just depending on, my mood. And we're kind of going to talk about an attitude in a minute, I guess, or my attitude. Yeah, depending on how I'm feeling. It just depends on what kind of music I put up there. You know what I mean? Okay, well, so, yeah, this is what I'm going to tell you. I don't want to get off track. Giving all honor and glory to God, from whom all our help comes. He is so good to us, y'all. He's good to us, man. Like, for real, for real. That's why we shouldn't complain. Things are not going to always be good. And sometimes they're not good because we're not looking at it the way that it really was. And then when we do, we say, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Like why am I tripping? Or stuff like that. We just really, it takes an attitude adjustment. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Let me get back to this bath, y'all. Okay. Oh my gosh. Do you see that? Okay, so you should feel this. Seriously, let me tell you what this is all about. Oh, y'all. Everybody has these ingredients in their kitchen. Seriously. Now, what I do is this. If I have fresh oranges or fresh lemons, y'all, this is some real talk right here. This is the best bath. I'm going to tell you all kinds of reasons why it's good for you, period. Okay? I'm serious. So, of course, make your water as hot as you can stand it, right? Not too hot, but not too cold, y'all. It needs to have a little heat to it. Just don't burn yourself, It's easy to do, damage your skin like that. Okay. I never use measurements. I just tell people this much, or this much, or this much, or that much, right? Baking soda. Put about this much in the tub, in the water. Make sure the water's already there. Baking soda just dissolves into the water, it leaves no grit or anything. It's not like it's going to be gritty. It literally becomes part of the water. Just evaporates, not evaporates, but incorporates itself, becomes one with the water. Is that what you call a homogeneous mixture? I think so. And then get about now, if you don't have fresh oranges or fresh lemons, like real ones, as my kids say, they have those little plastic lemons with the lemon juices with the little green top. You poke that hole in there. If you don't have the real lemons, and you just squeeze that whole thing in your water. Okay. or do like I had the opportunity to do tonight, because I had a very kind friend come through, and they went to the valley, and they came back with a whole bunch of Spanish lemons. OMG. So many that I could use some for my spa bath. So I cut them in half, 6 of them, and I squeezed them in the water. Now look, remember, it's kind of warm water. So throw those lemon holes in your tub. It's working. It's pulling the oils out of the lemon. I'm going to tell you why in a minute, why this is such a good thing. Then, now this, if you've ever been to my house and my apartment, and there are probably about 2 or 3 people here on YouTube that watch my video, but that have actually know where I live, like have visited my home, except my little mini niece Ella Bella. I'm not including her, so there's 4 people, because she's always on here cheering her auntie on. Yes, y'all, I keep honey in my bathroom. I keep honey in my bathroom for my facial scrubs that I make. Just like a really quick facial scrub in the morning, with oatmeal and honey and sugar. It really does get your skin, and lemon juice or orange juice. It really does. Oh my God, just invigorate your skin. It cleans it very well. And also, if you do a little coffee in there too, but we'll talk about that another day. Coffee grounds. We'll talk about that another day. So yeah, what ingredient was I on? Lemons, honey. Squeeze the honey in your water, right? Okay. Another great thing about the honey, it's not sticky once it hits the water. Like, it'll never be sticky again, because it doesn't even change the color of your water. It like blends in just like the baking soda. Okay, now I will want to tell you that the little lemon pulps or whatever do float around in your tub, but they eventually burst and get all like whatever, because it's hot water. As you like bathe and everything, it's just part of the exfoliating process. But y'all, check this out. Okay, you got baking soda, and then too, if you want to make it a spiritual bath, like just if you're meditating or whatever, you just throw in a handful of kosher salt that melts in there too. Like salt, we already know what that does. So here we go. Before we start talking, hold on. Alexa, set a timer for 45 minutes. She didn't say anything. Hold on. Alexa, set a timer for 45 minutes.
45 minutes, starting now.
There we go. I need her help, y'all. If you've been on the channel before, you know that I get to talking.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Thank you, Alexa. She said she couldn't help me with that. She can't. Okay, so this bath, y'all, everybody has these ingredients in their kitchen, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, it'll change your life. It's like, first and foremost, it relaxes you. Okay, it really relaxes you, but it does your body good. Let me tell you why. First and foremost, let me start with the most important part. Our skin is the largest organ of our body. It's our first line of defense, right? So keeping it clean and strong and strong is very important. Now let's think about it. Germs, like foreign bodies or whatever, come in through cuts, like whenever our skin is broken, or through the natural orifices that we already have in our body. I'm not going to mention them, but where you have holes, germs get in there, right? So okay, we have ways for that. There's, you keep your nose and your ears and your mouth protected in all kinds of ways, and, other parts in ways. You have your ways, but your skin, cuts and abrasions and gashes and burns and stuff like that it can kill you, because our skin is our first line of defense, and it's our largest organ in our body, and we must take care of it, because if we don't, things can get in And if the skin is compromised, oh my goodness, it's a bad situation, right? Y'all forgive me, I have another stuffy nose. Let me tell you another thing. Our AC unit was so full of stuff when they came and fixed it today, and it's really, I was wondering why I have not been able to breathe properly. I found out today. It's really awful. But they fixed the problem today, and I'm just going to have to, as it works itself out, it'll work itself out with me. But yeah, y'all, what was it? The bath. The skin, that's where I was. Largest organ of the body. Okay, so the honey, I'll go backwards. The honey, y'all, can be in a jar sealed for 5,000 years, okay? If the seal hasn't been broken, it will not be expired. Honey is the only food source on the entire planet that does not expire when sealed properly. It can be 10,000 years old. You can still eat that honey. And isn't it amazing that in the living Word of God, when it comes to a food that's nourishing, it'll say land of milk and honey, like honey. I don't know about that milk. I don't like milk too much. But honey, you see how much I like it. I even put it in my bath, my facial scrubs. on my biscuits. I put honey in my dressings that I make with olive oil and things, depending on my sauces I make for our fish sandwiches or our chicken sandwiches or hamburgers. Always has a little bit of honey. I'm trying to tell you what I know, some good stuff. Okay, so in the bath, that's good because it preserves, period. Okay, the lemons or oranges, we already know if we buy a dishwashing liquid and we want it to be a cleansing one or deodorizing one, we get it with citrus. Something orange, something lemon, right? Okay, that just speaks for itself. It's cleaning our skin. It's an astringent. It's a natural hold on, y'all. I'm going to get up right quick and go to my restroom right quick. I'll be right back. Just give me a second. Yeah, I could actually keep talking to you while we're doing this. Yeah, it's a natural astringent. And it cleans the skin. Just like, you can throw a lemon in your dishwasher. Not your dishwasher, y'all. Your garbage disposal. You can throw a lemon in there and bam, baby. Let that bad boy go. Let it do what garbage disposals do, and you have deodorized and added antibacterial agents down there into your garbage disposal naturally. That's a good thing. You don't have to always use chemicals with stuff. Give me a moment, y'all. And then also, so let's just move along to the baking soda, y'all. I did mention the salt, right? Did I mention that yet? We'll go with the baking soda. The baking soda. Okay. That is evident. Whenever we want something to be cleansed, right? Anything that has a cleansing agent, or we want it to deodorize or anything, we use baking soda. First and foremost, baking soda is a skin softener. It does soften your skin, so it gives it a nice softness. But the most important thing is baking soda cleanses your skin, right? It's a cleanser. It really is. Your toothpaste has baking soda in it. Deodorants have baking soda in it. If you want your refrigerator to stay fresh, you put a box of baking soda and you open up that thing like that, right? It takes away all the everything. Baking soda is some good stuff, and it does not damage the skin. If anything, it helps it. It softens it. It keeps it conditioned so it doesn't crack and get dry. When it cracks and gets dry, you're compromising your skin. Things can get in. Soft and supple. Skin is a good thing. That's healthy skin. So y'all, I'm telling you, and then I did mention the salt, right? You just throw in a little bit of salt if you want to make it like a little extra. If you're like sitting there meditating and stuff, you do that. because that's a good thing too. Like a salt bath. I mean, it's just like Epsom salts. People like. I'm not saying anything special. I'm just reminding you that you have things in your kitchen to make yourself a beautiful, relaxing, healthy, healthful, helpful bath for your skin. Once a week is fine, but I tend to do it every day because I love it. Now I do want to mention this too, y'all, and it's not being extra. Before you sit yourself down in a tub to soak, stand up in the shower for about 3 minutes and wash, bathe. Okay, clean yourself, clean your body. You don't want to sit down in hot water with all that beautifulness and that lemons and baking soda and honey and oranges. Put oranges and lemons. Who knows? Just do it. Make it nice. You don't want to sit in there all like a delicious margarita. And then, you're all... Take a shower first. That's part of it too. Yeah. So, now that I've said that, y'all, I want to move along to what I was going to talk about. Now, again, I was saying about this projector back here. You see that stuff moving on the wall? It's because... like I said, I play my meditation music at night on YouTube, depending on how I'm feeling. And sometimes it's just a plain on black screen with the rain music, or a black screen with I really like to hear fire. I like fire. Not in a healthy way, but I think it's a nice thing. The element of fire is nice. So sometimes I put the black screen and I listen to the campfire sounds or listen to the fireplace sounds. And then sometimes, depending on how I'm feeling, like if I am feeling extremely tired, I'll listen to a relaxing frequency or something like that. Y'all, I'm just telling you, go on YouTube one time and see how you're feeling, and then put how you're feeling, and then put that frequency music and pull it up and listen to it. It's pretty cool. It's very relaxing, I'm just saying. So anyway, but when we do our videos during the day, I listen to something called Shiloh Live, which is some really good music, y'all. I think it's called lo-fi music, Lo-fi music, and there's no bad words, and there's no stuff that your kids can't listen to, and your mama can't listen to. Your grandma, she might say, "What's that kind of music?" But there's not going to be anything in there offensive at all. I'm pointing back at the screen like that. It's so weird because I'm looking at it. It's kind of weird. So yeah, it's good music. And then also, y'all, the secret of it is this. YouTube is very particular about the music that you play. It will flag your video. You can take a video and be taping an hour and it'll say, nope, you can't, because it's copyrighted. So this whole Lo-fi, lo-fi music, Shiloh Live, plays the whole time, and it's never flagged for copyright. So I use this. So since we're jumping on the channel, I already had my projector up. I was already in bed, y'all. And now I'm pointing over there because that's where my bed is. But I was already in bed. Took this luscious bath. Oh gosh. And said my prayers. Yeah, I'm going to tell you a secret too. I stopped saying my prayers. Like, you know how we were little, we learned to get on our knees and tell you say our prayers before we go to bed. Y'all, when I turned about 25, 26, and I was falling asleep, waking up like, oh God, I'm so sorry. I went to sleep. I choose now just to pray throughout the day. And when I lay down, I'll say a couple of things to God. I'll really talk to Him. I don't fall asleep. Just talk to Him right quick. And then I started to kind of nod off. And I came up with a thought for the YouTube channel tomorrow, and I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait at all. And this is why I thought to myself, Karen, hope you're going to have 15,000 thoughts before tomorrow. And this one is the first one you won't remember. I'll wake up in the morning, have a completely different thought, and think to myself, dang, I wanted to talk about that, but I don't remember. Okay, move along. I didn't want to do that this evening, so I got up. And let me tell you, I actually attempted to do the video at first, and this is not the first time, but it's been a long time since I clicked twice the video. But I started filming, and I still have my candle burning here, because I burn it at night. It's my white candle that I burn at night, and I already had it burning here in the space that I always have it. And I said, and I was just going to try to do the video without lights, and it was just looking weird, strange. So I just clicked it off, talked about 35 seconds, and couldn't see myself at all. So all I could see was the projector playing in the background, and it was kind of weird. So anyway, I couldn't wait. So let's talk about what I couldn't wait about. Now again, we're going to give God all the honor and glory, because He gives us the ability to do these things, to get up in the first place, to get up out of the bed, or to even take those baths, or even have those things in our kitchen, or even have the thought or the faith, or the right attitude, which we're going to talk about right now, and what a good attitude will lead us to. Should I say, God, good attitude? Let me say healthy attitude, because sometimes we don't have to be nice. A good attitude sometimes is attributed, or we're expecting someone to be nice to have a good attitude. No. No. Forgiving? Yes. It's completely different than nice. That's why people say if we can't be nice, just don't. Because we do have a choice, and we do have an option, and to pretend like we're nice, or to be in someone's face and don't intend to be nice, and that's some fraud stuff. So that's why we have the choice not to be a fraud, and just keep ourselves, straight, like real. Just real. Like we are on this channel, real people that sometimes get stricken with a thought when they're laying in the bed. They just get up and do the YouTube channel because they're so human, they might forget about it the next day. Or anything. Have y'all ever done that? You had something on your mind. I know it. I know you have. You've had something on your mind so important at that moment, right in that moment, at that very moment, and you just say, okay, tomorrow, and then you forget, but it was important in that moment, and it was. Guess what? If you didn't go back to it, it still is. Oh, it still is. Now, we don't dwell, and we're going to talk about that too. Dwelling in the past is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is issues that need to be healed. Issues that we all have that need to be healed for us to move forward in our purpose. And it takes an attitude adjustment to do it. It takes being glad to do it. Glad. We talked about the other video day before yesterday. I don't think it was yesterday. Day before yesterday. We talked about anyway, the word anyway. Be glad anyway. It takes an attitude adjustment. We won't talk about that, but that's what we did talk about. Go check it out. The last video, y'all. And let me just quickly say, if y'all like these videos, y'all please thumbs it up. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, okay? Because it helps those people who are looking for inspiration. It helps everyone find the channel, y'all. Right? And I need your help to do it. So I really do appreciate it. Really. I thank you in advance. So, y'all, this attitude adjustment, y'all. it takes a little twerking. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it takes a little twerking our faith to what we should consider more. I'm not saying that we don't have faith. We all have a little bit. I'll prove it. There are people that say that they really don't really believe in God, and that's okay. Our soul and our spirit does. If our logic is telling us something different, our soul and spirit tell us something different. That's why there's conflict. That's why we don't have internal peace or inner peace until ... Yeah, that's what we're talking about right now. We have to twerk that attitude to more, to be glad. That's what it takes. It also takes, and this is where I think I want to go with this tonight. What struck me before I could go to sleep, I wanted to journal. Y'all, oh my God, if I could turn my camera around, my computer here, the bookshelf over here in the corner. And I've arranged my books where it looks like I'm like living right. But I do have spots on my bookshelf that are journals piled. It's all kinds of things in those journals. I wouldn't want anybody to get a hold of my journals. That's all I want to say. Because I won't be embarrassed, but they might be. The stuff they read there, oh my God, they might blush, they might get mad, they, may be confused, I don't know, about who is this person. Well, that person is whoever's in that journal. So I go through them a lot, but lately I haven't written in my journals because I guess these videos have been sort of like journaling, I guess. And it's obvious, whenever you have something going on and then it stops, that means it's something else going on, right? So if, like, for instance, well, I'm not going to get into that, but when you have something going on, there's something consistent, there's something regular, there's something that has been consistent, like my journaling. And then suddenly it just stops. Well, there's something else going on. What's going on with me is YouTube. Just that. I guess this is my journaling. But getting back to what I was saying, because I will get off track. Hence, Alexis, help! Oh my God, I shouldn't have said her name loud. Okay, we're good. So, attitude adjustment. This is what it's all about, y'all. We need to be glad about where we are right now. Right? Oh my goodness. Hold on. My phone is vibrating. I turn it off at night. I just have to check this message right quick. Yeah, my Wi-Fi is spinning it's kind of weird. Y'all, it's kind of weird too, because hold on just a second. Let me just look at this message right quick. I know it's late, but it's too late to be like messaging like this, you know what I mean? I think it's probably about 11 o'clock right now. But I gotta see what this says right quick. Oh yeah, okay, perfect. So, yeah, like, we need to have that faith to understand that God is providing for us everything, y'all. Every single thing that we have. Like I said, man, how can we do anything? How can we have the ability to do anything if it weren't for God? We can't even open our eyes in the morning without God allowing it. It takes being glad about all of that. And to be glad about all of that is to adjust our attitude a little bit. I'm serious. When you seriously when we are seriously taking the time to understand ourselves and who we are, so we can be the best we can be every day for God and what He wants us to do for His purpose. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to figure it out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because His time is perfect. It takes an attitude adjustment to be glad about that, you know. It takes an attitude adjustment, even though there are things going on, even though you may feel like you want to be a little upset about things, about life, about trying to understand other people. When we start to realize that that is not the goal in life, that is not even our business, and it is not our business trying to understand other people, because when we understand ourselves, then the questions are answered. We don't have to answer any questions. We don't have to ask any questions. All we need to do is act accordingly. You know, that's always to pray about any and everything that we're going through. Listen, there is nothing too vulgar. When we're going to God for help and confession and forgiveness and just to talk, because He is God. God is God. There's nothing too bad, because He already saw it. He put the decisions, He put the choices in your way. I don't give the devil any credit. What? Give the devil some credit? No. Those mountains that are on our way, God put them there. Because we prayed, oh God, please take the mountain out our way. You know what? And He put the mountain there so we can get over it. He put it there so we can get over it. So we can lean on Him and trust Him. God will put a mountain in our way. That is a choice. A mountain is a choice. Sometimes it's better to climb a mountain than not, because that's where we find our strength. That's where we find our perseverance. That's where we find out that we can do it. You know, you walk an easy path, you walk an easy road. You know, you might get bored. You might, you know, when you get bored, you do all kinds of things, you know, that don't make sense. But when you have mountains to climb, you're occupying your time. And when you're trusting God, you're using your time wisely. And you will get over it. You will make it to the other side. There's no other result. When we're trusting God about ourselves, when we are trying to learn ourselves, look, y'all, the attitude adjustment is this. Do you know, like, for instance, to be glad anyway, right? There could be things that are going on around us that we don't like, when we're trying to understand other people, when we want to dwell in a past thing, and it takes that attitude adjustment and it takes to be glad to have it, to understand that all those things that we would consider unfavorable in the time of our life, we were in a bad place. It was our bad place that had those results, that made those results, that created those results. It was our bad place. So when it's time to dwell and try to think we're going to feel bad, don't feel bad. Don't take yourself back. We should never take ourselves back. I refuse to take myself back to a place where I was in a bad place, and my actions and my reactions. You see how that works? I didn't even mean to say that. My actions, my reactions, and my responses reflected what I was feeling inside, what I was giving my energy to. which was negativity. It was just everything was negative. I was not twerking my faith to more. I was putting that faith on the back burner, not the real kind. I was pulling faith out my pocket when my pocket was empty. I was pulling faith out my pocket when my time was empty and my house was empty and my heart was empty. You know, my reasons for being positive were empty. Oh, I've been there before. It's not a good place. We have to choose to be glad. It takes an attitude adjustment, because you know what, our attitude is either too much ego or not, or none. Here's what I mean. A pompous person, or someone who brags and boasts, that's not a good example. I can't find an example for that. I can't find a visualization for that. So I think I better move forward, because what I'll do is, if I get stuck doing that, trying to figure something out right now, it's not flowing. That's not flowing. So I'm going to leave that alone. We're going to go with something that flows a little better. Let's just get back to being glad, okay? We know how to be glad. To be glad means that we are not dwelling on what we didn't have, what we don't have, what we used to have. We're not dwelling on that. We're not dwelling. Or what someone did. Or what we did. Sometimes we can feel so bad about what we've done to someone else. We can't forgive ourselves, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. The understanding ourselves is necessary. It's intricate. It's an intricate part of adjusting our attitude to be glad. To be glad. God tells us to be glad. This is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. I don't know what Bible verse that is. I do know that it's a song that we sing in church, that I sang in Bible school when I was like 6 or 7 years old. Glad is what we should be. And it takes an attitude adjustment. Our attitude, again, oh jeez, I guess I'm going to get back to it. How do I explain this? We either have a good attitude or a bad attitude. The bad attitude is wrapped up in ego, and the good attitude, we don't have it. We understand ourselves to know that whatever we are seeing right now today, whatever is happening right now today, whatever is resonating with our spirit and our soul right now, even with this video, has everything to do with our attitude. Is it a good one or is it a bad one? Do you know what I mean? A good attitude, you just let things go. You give it to God. Is it a good attitude? Let's say the better attitude, because it's not about good and bad. There's one that's it's not a not so good decision. There's one that's a better decision. How about that? Because I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm here to judge myself. I'm the only one that can judge me. God too. And I judge myself to be loved, protected, blessed. God is good. I judge you to be that as well. I refuse to judge anything else. It's not for me to do. It's not for me to do. Because it's not my business. It's not your business. Our business is to make sure that we are okay in our feelings. Our attitudes are adjusted, toward to more faith. Again, we all have faith. We all have faith, even a little bit, even a little tiny bit. You say you don't believe in God, and you see a big old semi truck coming, skidding, and you can't get out of the way. I guarantee the first thing you're going to say is, "Oh my God." Guarantee it. I guarantee it. In the darkest times of your life, you came to a point where you said, "Oh God, if you were there, please help me." And He did. And if your attitude is bad, you walked away and you forgot what He did for you. Do you remember that time? I lost my mind a couple times. I forgot, and I remembered. I'll never forget again. I will never forget again. I'm being so real about that. And again, I'm just a human person. There's no perfectness to this video. There's no perfectness to my life at all. There are times when, just like you, I don't feel like. Sometimes we all feel like we don't want to be so nice, and we don't have to be. But what we do have to do is be nice to ourselves and be glad anyway. See, if we're glad anyway, it keeps us out of an energy that will cause us to dwell, that will cause us to backtrack, backlash, even backbite. That's not good. That's not good energy. And it takes a lot to recover from that, y'all. You know, whenever we go deep down into that, you know, and we're like covered up by that dirt and we're trying to break our way through. Yeah, we break through. We are victorious. But guess what? It's that mountain that built our character. But just imagine if our attitude was the better one. And we didn't have to. We just didn't have to. We didn't have to go through the turmoil. We didn't have to go through the strife. Again, although God is good, and those things will bring us to Him closer, and it'll bring us closer to our purpose when we even fight through the conditions, the situations, the circumstances, and the consequences that happen and occur because of a bad attitude, or a bad attitude, y'all. I'm gonna just start a bad attitude. Give me just a second. I'm gonna walk off camera. Right, let me get 1 moment. Yes, a bad attitude, y'all. So I had to move the computer around, kind of. Of course, I've got the projector going on, but that's not the real reason why. The other day, y'all, I had my computer the other way. Baby, I was trying to get these hips past that little space. I had to readjust this. I was like, Lord have mercy. I'm not a big girl, but I'm not a small one either. I had to work that out. I was scooting the chair, scoot. Y'all, I'm not going to do that again. I just moved. Do this. Give me just a second. So, yes, y'all. Okay, so the attitude adjustment is absolutely what we need to do to be glad. And that's the only way we can be faithful and trust God that we are exactly where we need to be right at the time we are there. We are doing what we need to be doing right when we are doing it, if we are trusting God, right? Everything is in its place if we are trusting God. It is working as it should. Now, there's a wonderful thing about that, okay? And that's what I want to get to. When we are trusting God in the moment, when we are trying our best to understand ourselves and why we're even mad in the first place, if we actually remember and get it out of our attitude and actually get a better attitude, adjust our attitude to being glad, we can look at the time that we're actually thinking about and actually say, I'm tripping. Wait a minute. That's not what it was. Wait a minute. No, adjust your attitude. You're making your own self feel bad. You're breaking your own heart right now. But that wasn't even. Wait a minute. Now, the feelings that we are feeling at that moment, or the thoughts that we're having at that moment that are taking us back, that's our opportunity to heal. That's our opportunity to grow. That's God bringing that mountain to us. That mountain, that's hard to climb. Do you know our feelings are the hardest, oh my goodness, highest mountain that we will ever climb? Our bad feelings, those ones that keep us stuck and make us be scared, those ones that keep us in fear and self-doubt and worry, overthinking. Come on, y'all, that overthinking will take us to an early grave, straight up. Those things keep us stuck. So when we're learning ourselves, we can let that go, and we really can figure out. Man, don't judge anybody. When you were really in a bad place, why were they in your life in the first place? Why were you in their life in the first place? Why are you even in the why? Why do they know you? Why do you know them? Why were you in that place? Why did that place draw you to it? What was your want? What was your need to be there in the first place? What was your part? What was my part? What was our part? That's what we need to think about, and that's what makes us glad when we figure it out and we don't do it again. That's what makes us glad, because we understand that mountain, we climbed it. Come on, y'all. I'm telling you, once you get over something that's holding us back, that mountain, and we climb it, y'all, it adjusts our attitude to glad. Because we trusted God to get us there. It takes an attitude adjustment right then and there to take the opportunity that God is giving us with the time that He gives us with another day to be glad in, to figure out, say, wait a minute, no, wait a minute, figure it out. Oh, you're fooling yourself. Don't sit here and be mad. What about right now? What's going on right now? You don't get mad about something like, what's going on right now? What is God doing right now? That is the attitude adjustment. That is dropping the ego. That is trusting God. What He's doing right now, and y'all, guess what? If we understand that we are in our place right now, God is doing what He's supposed to be doing right now for us in our place. Get out of your bed. Do your YouTube video right now. It is your opportunity. Go jogging in the morning. If you have it on your mind, get up. That's your opportunity to grow. That is your opportunity to make one more step. That's your opportunity to go closer to a milestone. If you want to get to work on time, say, you know what, I'm sick of being late. I'm going to pull all kinds of stuff out of the air right now, y'all. I'm sick of being late. You know, I'm going to get up a little bit early. I'm going to walk the dog a little bit early. I'm going to get up and make my coffee. Maybe I'll set the timer on my coffee so it's already ready when I wake up in the morning. I have to wait that extra 15 minutes. I'll already have my coffee cup ready. Who is that I'm talking to right now besides myself? All kinds of things. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and get my gas at night so I don't have to be rushing in the morning, honking my horn at people, laying on that bad boy. You talk about them and the mama and the dog and the grandma. Because you needed an extra 15 minutes. Because I need an extra 15 minutes. Y'all are usually the ones honking at me because I drive slow. Let me tell you something too. I would put my hazards on. I have visual problems. For those who have been on the channel before, you know that. If not, you know, it's no big deal. It's just I don't drive too much. That's all. I see well enough. Believe me. Not that. Yeah. But, you know, getting to the store and stuff sometimes is a little bit difficult. Baby, I will get that honk. There's a little place under an underpass right here. Flower Bluff is where I live, a little underpass. And you're coming off the freeway like that. And you have to go like that. And so the big old semi-trucks and stuff from Walmart. There's Walmart right there. There's a Walmart truck could be coming like that. I see the Walmart truck coming from the rear view mirror. Do you think I'm going to be hitting my gas? No. So I hear, honk, like moving old lady, Miss Magoo. Y'all remember Mr. Magoo? He had those glasses on, and he avoided all the trouble in the world. He'd go out to work, but then on his way to work, he'd be on like one of those beams for the construction beams, and then fall off that. He'd be like 5 stories up in the air, 10 stories up in the air, doesn't even know it. Fall down and do something. He's like, oh. He thinks he's just hitting a bump in the road, but he is really going through some dangerous situations, not being able to see. Mr. Magoo. And he would get to his destination safely every time. God is good. Even if Mr. Magoo. So, yeah, y'all. Attitude adjustment. Here we go. Oh, God. Fantastic thing about this is when you trust that God has brought you through, took you to, and brought you through what you needed to grow this moment, right now, right at this moment, guess what? When we understand that, we don't miss a thing. Do you know that? We are not missing anything in life. We are actually getting everything God has for us. If you're going to worry about what you used to have or what you think you should have, and you're not grateful for what you have right now, you just that attitude, twerk that attitude to more faithful. I'm not going to say we don't have any faith. I'm going to say it again. Everybody has an element of faith. So let's make it more. We can never have too much. I'm just going to take the judgment out of there. We all have faith. Make it more. We never have enough. There can never be too much. Ever. So, being glad makes us understand that we haven't missed a thing. And we are receiving every single blessing God has for us at that moment. Moving forward, still glad to receive all the blessings God has coming for us day after day after day after day after new day. How about I say that? After new day, it's another day. What? To rejoice and be glad in it. How do we do that? Adjust our attitude, man. Adjust it to glad. How many times do I have to say that? I will say that all throughout this video. I don't know how long we talked already. I have a feeling Alexa's going to go off at about, sometimes I don't even understand how quickly the time goes. I told you, y'all. She just went off. My internal clock is starting to line up with this video. It's getting amazing. Alexa, dismiss the timer, y'all. After 155 videos ish, I think I starting to feel this a little bit. It takes being glad, y'all, to understand we are right where we're supposed to be and we're not missing a thing. We lack nothing. We may not have everything that we want. So what? Right at this moment, we have everything that we need. What we want is wrapped up in ego, y'all. What's that got to do with anything? It has nothing to do with God. No. What we want, we go to Him and ask Him for, sincerely in prayer. And if we trust Him for it, He will provide it. But right now, even without asking, even without going to God in prayer, sometimes we don't pray. Remember I said I used to have my prayers used to just come out. My faith would just come out when I needed my rent paid. When I had a good day, I was just so glad about that good day. But then the next day when it wasn't so good, and I had more of those than I had the good days, well, that's what I was thinking then. But if I look back now, Those bad days have turned into my good days, because I will never, ever, ever, ever in my life be in that place again. No. And I'm glad about it. And see, that's how we should think about this, y'all. You and me. We should think about it. You know, we say to ourselves, man, I sure am glad. You know, that was a hard time. It was hard. Or we think about, you know, it's hard to say, y'all. I'm saying this like it's easier said than done. Real talk. When somebody hurts us, do you know how hard it is not to take it there? There is you're there, because everybody has different ways and responses and reactions to things that are done, but to us, or any offenses that we feel. But really, if we look inside and understand, or do that introspection that I talked about in the last video, if we go ahead and do that introspection, remember I said, if you watch the video, you know, close your eyes, you know, go inside your brain, go inside your memories a little bit, not to dwell. I'm going to open my eyes up right quick and tell, not to dwell. This is about growing. This is about healing. This is about trusting God to show us where it is we are hurting, and why we were hurting, why we stay in that hurt. What do we need to do to get rid of it? We don't want it. It doesn't belong to us. We cast all our burdens and worries and cares, the things that are concerning to us, extremely concerning, the ones that keep us up at night, the ones that don't let us eat, the ones that make us too scared to go out of the house, the things that make us not want to let go of our children, the things that make us rather stay in a toxic excuse me oh Jesus throat chakra, the things that would rather make us stay in a like toxic relationship than not. One moment. Give me just a second. Get some water, y'all. Okay, here I come, y'all. I had to get some water. 1 second. Get a little water. Okay, we're about to cut the video up, y'all, but yeah, that took a little while. I had to go to the kitchen. Y'all, my throat just went like that. Throat chakra. So funny. I've been reading about that stuff. I just said that, like, it's just funny. Okay, y'all, so the attitude adjustment, y'all. We just be glad. Be glad. Let your attitude work for you in such a way that it becomes better than what it was, you know, back then, or even just yesterday. If it caused us not to rejoice and be glad in our day, and if it caused us to stay stuck in an energy that made us not believe in ourselves enough to believe God, what He's doing for us is perfect right now, and that we're not missing a thing. We're actually getting everything we're supposed to have in the moment, because that attitude leads us into receiving all the things that we will have later. And you know what? When it comes to God, it will always be good. And let me tell you something else too, which is absolutely fantastic. It will always, what God has for us, when we believe Him, will always exceed our imagination and our expectations. Well, we're not supposed to have, but when it comes to God, oh yeah, expectations are perfect, because we know that it's going to be good. There's no other results. Isn't that something to be glad about? It's absolutely something to be glad about. It's an excellent attitude adjuster, right? It is, y'all. So, just be glad, okay? You are where you need to be. God has you in his hands. Be glad right now, right now, right now. Don't dwell. Don't dwell. Don't dwell. The attitude adjustment is this. Again, God is going to give us what we pray about it, but we have what we need. We have it right now. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't, it better be a good attitude is what I'm trying to say. If you don't have a good attitude right now, then inside your mind and your heart and your spirit, you're not where you're supposed to be. Meaning you're not aligned with the goodness God has for you, the blessings that he needs you to receive by being glad and letting go of your ego and letting them come on in, letting God work. Because when we understand ourselves, we understand that we weren't in such a good place then. Why would we want to? Why go back there in any way, shape, form, or fashion? Right now, with that smile on your face, is where you're supposed to be. Okay? Get a smile on your face. And if you're in certain places, it may not be too appropriate to wear a smile. Just think about it. Just think about funny scenarios where you don't want to really smile. It might get you into trouble. But the smile in your heart should always be there. That's what God sees. The smile on our faces, what other people see, and what allows them to see God in us. But God wants to see that heart smiling, okay? Let it smile, y'all. Adjust your attitude. It changes our mood. And our mood changes our ways. And that's another way that God provides for us to stay close to him. He is our provisions. And he is good to us, y'all. Just believe it. Smile about it. Be glad about it. I'll talk to y'all later, okay? So, if you like the video, come back. Now, it's not always dark in here, and I usually have my earrings on, and I'm not ready for bed, okay? Because what I'm going to do is shut this computer down, y'all, and beep, lights out. Turn off my lamp, and I'm going to take Shiloh Live off. I'm going to put on my black screen. I think I'm going to listen to tropical rainforest sounds tonight, because that really does take me to sleep. It's the sleepy land, to BB land. Y'all, wherever you are in the world, God bless you and yours. We're here in Corpus Christi, Texas, but you could be in Sydney, Australia. You could be in Beijing, China. You could be anywhere in the world. Wherever you are in the world, I know this. We all need God, and we all need to be encouraged in him. Be glad. Be glad. It'll do you good. God bless you and yours. Come back to the channel. If you are, y'all, you know what? I'm not done talking. Oh my gosh. If you are already supporting our podcast, y'all, which is Karen Hope's 15 Minutes of Solid Inspiration, it's down there. If you want to listen to some episodes, it's 203 episodes. They're down there in the description box, the links. There's 7 podcast platform links down there for you to choose from. If you would like to add to the building of this channel, like moving from my bedroom and the kitchen table, sometimes it's from there, maybe to a spot where we have a backdrop and stuff, I really do appreciate the help to build the channel. So if you have any donations, love donations to the channel, you can put them down there, and I have to say this slowly, like I said last time, the Cash App tag. Thank you in advance. Yeah, and y'all go ahead and click that notification bell. Turn that red notification bell gray We don't like gray moods. We don't like gray days, but we like gray notification bells right here on this channel where we grow inspiration. Y'all please come back. I'll see you soon. God bless you and yours. Be safe. Love and light.